I sat at the park and I talked to the Lord, the word that he dropped in my spirit is focus. And as I looked at my life at the time, and I was like, okay, focus. What is it that I need to focus on? And it pretty much says everything. You need to focus on what you need to change. You need to focus on where you're going. You need to focus on your family. You need to focus on so many things. But how do you focus on these things without getting distracted? She talked about distraction, being distracted by social media, being distracted by things that are happening around us. The only way we can stay focused is if we set goals. We set goals, we set time aside, we be very on purpose about what we're doing in this season and where we're going, what we need to accomplish, what dreams, what stuff have we written down that we need to get to. How are we going to get there? By staying focused is setting the time. And as I sat at the park and I got the word focus, I said, Lord, what do I need to focus on? Scheduling time, making sure, she said, schedule personal time. She talks about making sure that you are on purpose about what you put inside of yourself, what you feed your mind, what you feed your body, going for a walk, doing exercise. You're going to have to be on purpose to stay focused because there's so many distractions. And as someone that knows well how much a distraction will come in and take you away from what you said you're going to do in this season, the goals that you've written down for 2025, the things that you said you want to get to. It's going to take dedicated focus. It's going to take you putting time on the calendar. If you said you wanted to get close to the Lord this year, it's going to take you putting the time on your calendar that this is my time I'm going to set aside to read my Bible. This is the time I'm going to set aside to commune with the Lord. If you have a business and you're building that business, if you're doing stuff, you're going to have to set aside the time to say, this is the time I dedicate. I will not let anything pull me away. The only way we're going to get to our goals is if we stay focused, and we stay focused with a purpose. We cannot get to where we're going by just all nilly-willy. That video is fully loaded, and I'm sorry that I couldn't share it with you in the chat, but she was saying, define your goals, limit the distractions. There's so many distractions. Your own family that you're striving to get to a goal for can be your distraction. Anything can be your distraction. The media can be a distraction. Anything that takes you away from what you're supposed to do is the distraction. And we don't want to be distracted. We want to stay focused. We want to stay on course. We want to build a life that we are able to look back and say, yeah, this is the life that I built. But it's going to take work. It's going to take dedication. It's going to take pointing and putting the time aside to do all these things. You're not going to be able to move forward without putting your goals on paper, setting aside a time, and staying focused. Staying focused means discipline. It means consistency. It means that if you said you're going to do something today and you set aside a time, keep that promise to yourself. Chris often say, if you say you're going to get up and make your bed, make your bed. Keep that promise. Little promises that you keep to yourself is important. Those promises are very important. So the way we're going to stay focused in 2025 is to make sure that we set aside time for everything that we need to do. You have to be on purpose about it, and you have to be consistent, and you have to always set aside that time that you need, and you have to limit the distraction. I keep going back to distraction because distraction is one of the main things that pull us out of our purpose, that pull us out of our place when we're doing something, when we're building something, when we're trying to get to a goal. The distraction will come. Once you make up in your mind that this is where I'm going, this is what I'm doing, the distractions are going to come. The distractions are going to come. The things are going to come to pull you out of your place that you're supposed to be. But the way you stay focused is being able to identify the distractions and be able to move away from it quickly. You're going to have to be able in this season to identify what is taking your time from what you're supposed to be doing. Who is pulling your time? What is pulling your time? What is taking you out of your place of purpose and your place of focus? We're gonna have to stay focused. It's so many gems she dropped. Clarity. We have to have clarity. Clarity on where we're going. Write out your goals. Be clear on what you want to do each day. Chris always tells us, do your list the day before. Plan your day out the night before. Don't wait till the day off and you just go in all over the place. The way you stay focused is to plan. Plan, plan, plan. That's the word I have for you. Plan. You got to plan out everything. It might sound remedial, it might sound crazy, but the people that are successful and the people that get to their goal fast is the people that can stick to their plan and stick to their calendar and be very on purpose about it. If you said you're gonna go do something today, do it. Do it at the time. Don't let stuff pull you away. Very early when I started out working with Chris, I was very distracted by my family, and I would not put boundary on when they pull me out, when I'm building the business, and they'll call me at any time, take me here, take me there, and I didn't know how to say no. You're gonna have to set boundaries with people around you so you can stay focused, because they will come and pull you out of your place that you're supposed to be. You're gonna have to be on purpose about setting aside time. I had to start scheduling my family on my calendar. Like, you got to tell me ahead of time where I need to take you. My mom needs to go to an appointment. You tell me 2 weeks ahead of time, I'm gonna put you on the calendar. If you're not on there, I can't take you. That's how focused you're gonna have to be. And it might sound harsh and it might sound bad that, oh, you tell your mama that? Yes, I do. If she don't tell me 2 weeks ahead or 3 weeks ahead that she has a doctor appointment, I can't take you, mom, because I have a client to see. I have calls to make. I have stuff to do that is on my calendar. And if you're not on it, you're not included. So those are the things that you're gonna have to do to stay focused and be able to identify the things that pull you out of your place of purpose, your place of building. If you're building a business, if you're building anything, even your work schedule, you're gonna have to put stuff. This is the time I'm at work. This is the time I'm dedicated to work. This is what I do when I get off work. This is the time I set aside for my family. Even your date night with your husband is going to have to be scheduled in. That's how focused you need to stay in 2025. You're going to have to schedule in the date. You're going to have to schedule in the time to sit down and talk. You're going to have to even schedule in the kids. You're going to have to schedule everything in. That's where we're going in 2025, to stay focused and stay on track. If we don't do that, we're going to get totally off track. So my encouragement for you today is to limit the distractions. Limit the distraction. Because you're focusing on yourself, that doesn't mean that you're selfish. You can't be selfish when you decide that you're going to put you first. That's not selfish. Because if you don't put yourself first, you won't get to where you need to go. If you don't prioritize everything that you need to do, you won't get to where you need to be. And that is my word for you today. To stay focused in 2025, you're going to have to schedule, you're going to have to limit the distraction, and you have to be able to identify what's the distraction, who's the distraction, where's the distraction coming from. And as you identify that, make a schedule your day out, make sure you stay on course, and don't let things pull you out of your place. Staying focused is going to be important to get to your goals, your dreams, and everything that you're inspired to do in this season. You got to stay focused. God bless you this morning. I hope I was able to encourage someone this morning.